Good morning to everyone, and welcome to Spirit Sessions of View of the Light. And a big shout out to our new network that we're now a part of, the Breakthrough Show Network. And want to say hello to everyone. And thank you, Jessica, for inviting us on to your Sunday morning slot. So we welcome in all our old viewers, our constant family of viewers, and all the new viewers that are coming in through the Breakthrough Show Network. There are so many wonderful shows. Joy every morning with Jessica Dudas. There's lots of other people. Check them out. There's a link in here so you can find the show. You can go to YouTube. It's on the Breakthrough Show Network YouTube channel, so you can find us there. And we want to welcome everyone in. And we are so happy to see everyone coming in from Victoria, BC. Teresa Clan, hello. From South Africa, our good friend Eric. Oh my God, my brain. This is Mercury retrograde. How are you? And Juju Divine, yes, from the Breakthrough Show. Yes.
Nancy.
And Nancy, always Nancy too. We're just so happy that we have such a lovely family of viewers on here. So please share it out to your friends, share it out to your people that you want to be friends with. Just share us out, and whoever shares out the most will win a special prize from us to you. So thank you, everybody. Teresa, I've been wanting to have this person on for a long time, and our regular guest who was going to be on couldn't be on today, so we're going to have her on another time slot. But Anne came into this is how I choose my guests. I go, oh, I don't have a guest for this week. I'll go through Facebook and go, oh, Anne's calling out to me. So Anne, our good friend Anne, called out to me this week, and we invited her, and we're so happy she said yes. So Teresa, can you tell us a little bit about Anne and how you met her?
I will. This is an exciting story to me. I mean, I'm sure to all of us, because all of us, we all met at the Akashic Academy, and that's where I met Rhonda, who does all of our technical stuff and hooks us up with new networks and is behind like, oh, Rhonda, I can't do this on my computer. And Rhonda will so patiently help us with all that. That's where I met Bex, who is an amazing channeler, but it's her energy, her pure innocent love that has a way of grounding us and stuff, and I love that. And this is where I met Anne Solmunde Johanesen. And Anne, I've had healings with you that seem subtle, but woo, they go deep. I've come to you sometimes. I know we're not supposed to do this, but when I've had throat problems, instead of running to the doctor, Anne has helped me because I've been clearing throat issues for so long. But Anne, she has her own modality and stuff. And so, Anne, first of all, I want to thank you for coming on our show today.
Yay, filling in the gaps. Awesome.
So, one of the neatest, well, there's so many neat things about you, Anne, but one of the neatest ones for me is you're coming from the Faroe Islands. I didn't really know about them before. Tell us tell us what it's like and where the Faroe Islands are in case somebody else doesn't know like I didn't.
First of all, thank you so much, ladies, for inviting me to your sacred space. And it's such a pleasure. And it's so nice to connect with you all again. And you're right. So we did meet at the Akashic Academy. And yes, I am from the Faroe Islands. It's a very small group of islands in the North Atlantic. So it's between Iceland, Scotland, and Norway. So if you have like a Euro bill, you can actually see on the bill it's like a fly speck.
Oh wow!
Yeah, so it's what it's like. It's not like other places. It's a little bit windy and not as warm as other places around the world because we're streaming the golf course.
So the Faroe Islands, that's spelled Faroe, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And it never gets super cold there either, though, does it?
No, it doesn't. We usually don't get below minus, well, it's very, very rare occasions to my knowledge that we have like -6 degrees or something like that.
Oh.
So it's actually a group of 18 islands, and 17 of them have inhabitants.
Wow.
Was it settled by the Vikings and stuff?
Yes, I think so. I can't really remember.
Wow. It's fascinating. It's fascinating. So, coming from that unique area, are you like, I know you're one of the few light workers out there. So what's it like being in such a sparse area and doing your work that you do?
Well, the energy of the islands is very grounded and high. I mean, it's beautiful. I love it here. But on the spiritual path, it's kind of lonely because most people here are religious. And I was actually brought up in religion, which I found that it didn't really suit me because I felt like I was always put into boxes that I didn't fit into, you know? So as I found you guys, mostly you, Teresa, you were the first one I connected with around the spiritual community over the internet. What was I saying? I lost my train of thought. Now I can't speak. Mercury retrograde. So I felt very lonely actually in the spiritual world. Yeah. So I was very, very excited to have you guys on the internet. But actually I did meet some various people that are like Reiki healers and stuff like that. And that's also how I got into everything that I'm into now.
It's the gateway drug to spirituality, as I would.
Yeah, I guess.
Reiki. It works
exciting.
Yeah. And do you find it now that you have like sort of people, I mean, we've been all so isolated through COVID, and I can't imagine being on the Faroe Islands isolated from COVID because no one was flying in or out, from where you lived for a while? Or how did that?
Yeah. Well, there were flights, but it was restricted. I mean, I feel like for us, it's not been as restrictive as many other places. It didn't really affect me that much, that not being able to go out and stuff like that. But the problem for me was feeling everyone's energy, you know, when people
empath.
Total empath, and also being a Reiki master, you can feel a lot. And when people are blue, I could feel it, and I just had to become aware of what was mine and what wasn't.
So you've taken your oh man, you've got such vast wisdom. So you've taken your wisdom and put it through the Reiki, and you've come up with like your own modality that you use that's highly intuitive, because I know you've used that on me. How did that first come about?
Well, that's a good question. You know, I have to be honest, I don't always remember how I got to the places because it just came. I feel like if I have to answer that question, it just comes intuitively because I guess I'm natural, maybe.
Yeah.
Channeled it through once you started opening up your records, or when you got connected through Reiki? It's sort of
no, that it came later.
Yeah.
It's fairly new. I mean, Reiki was the first thing, but before that, I could always feel people's energy even before getting into
Yeah.
And
cool.
I don't know. I just followed my intuition.
Patty wants to know what the population of your island is. We went through it earlier, but she'll have to tell them.
Yeah, so that's a good question. So the population of all the islands is around about 52,000.
So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so they were wondering, did a lot of people suffer from COVID there? Were you all kind of stuck in your homes, or were you allowed to go to work and stuff? Because
no, we went to work. So at most there were like 100 people restrictions, and the lowest it was 10 people.
Okay.
And wear a mask in public and use hand sanitizers. So, but
And I'm just always blown away about your English, because your English is so good. And that's your second language. What's your first language?
it's actually my third.
Your third language. Oh, yeah.
Or I don't know if I should say third. So the Faroese is my first language, and then when in third grade we were taught Danish because we belong to Denmark.
Oh.
And so in sixth grade we are taught English, and I don't know, I've always felt very drawn to English and had an interest in it. I watched a lot of movies, so caught on. And I love speaking English.
You know, one time I was watching a show, and I don't know if they're speaking Danish or Faroese or what, but I was recognizing some of the symbols that I've seen you use. Like, I don't even know an example. And it was a show called Elves. It was like a mini series or something. And so I go, oh my God, this is so reminding me of Anne. It so is. And I just couldn't let it go. And I looked it up, and yes, it was similar to the language you were speaking. And I never would have knew that if I didn't meet you.
That's cool. Might be something like European, maybe? Was it?
I don't know.
It the language, or was it the written part?
Both, because they were speaking another language, and then you could see it in the subtitles, and then we got the subtitles to English so we could watch it and stuff. And it was too long ago, but it was just the greatest thing that it was just like yours, and the accents, well, what I would call the accent, was so reminding me of you, and the way you enunciate your conversation. It was like, oh my God, this is so Anne. It's so cool.
Okay.
Very cool. So how has your life changed now that you've kind of embraced more of the spiritual path and allowed your natural intuitive abilities to come to the surface?
Well, I would say I want to go back to a few years, because my spiritual part, it gradually came about, and consciously it started in, I would say, when I got Reiki for the first time, which was probably in 2016 or 17. No, 15 or 16. And I was so happy I found a person that I could talk to openly about everything. Like, there was no restriction. And this man also had a lot of knowledge. So I felt so happy and so excited. And it just escalated from there. So I went from being just a person that didn't have my own opinion and was restricted by other people's thoughts and religion and social stuff, you know, to now where I have my own spiritual business, where I work with Reiki, Reiki massage, and card readings, and I'm often taken back to past lifetimes, and I do psychic readings and aura cleanses. I also always use protection and the angels and guides, and I use nature a lot, as well as crystals and Palo Santo and cards. I just love it. It's so me. I feel home in myself, and I've totally changed. People can't really recognize me from who I was earlier until now. So it's changed a lot of relationships as well.
And you do Qigong too, don't you?
I have done a little bit. I've been with Sifu Bagi.
Oh, we love Sifu Bagi. Yes.
Yeah, gotta love him.
Yeah. I've been on his show twice now. So I do sometimes do a little bit of Qigong and some yoga and dancing. And also, I've always been extremely creative. If not
That's
like
right.
physically, it's mentally or something like that. I'm able to transmute energy very, very quickly.
Yeah, that's something I wanted to ask you about was your art that you've just
Oh, yeah.
suddenly, yeah. So tell us
Yeah.
about your art because it's different and what have you been doing with it?
Well, I'm still in the processing, like what kind do I want to pursue. So, like I said, I've always felt drawn to paintings, but I've not had the confidence until
Yes.
now. And I used to love drawing as a teenager, just sketching and stuff. But I really want to do more art where I can like fill it with energy so that it amplifies something or it transmutes something. And because everything we touch it puts energy into it, like that. So the type of art I do right now that I've shown is mostly jelly printing. So it's jelly prints. And
Wow.
I'm getting
yeah.
more and more into collages.
Huh.
Oh, neat. I haven't heard of that.
Yeah, that sounds cool.
Yeah.
It's like a jelly print. It's a jelly plate where you roll some paint on and then you do a couple of stuff. And I like to put some like intuitive scripture on it. You know Robin McClendon?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
she was my inspiration.
Oh, how neat.
So
Yeah.
thank you, Robin.
I can see why. Wow. How
Yeah.
cool
Yeah.
is that?
I love her stuff.
And light language. Do you put your light language into your art, sort of?
Yes, I do.
Wow, that's so cool.
Mm-hmm.
So when
So
you
that's
do you have a gallery showing? Did you have a gallery showing or a showing lately?
well, it was more of a market,
Okay,
like
cool.
where you can sell your stuff. But I did sell 2 paintings, so it's a start.
Wow, congratulations.
Thank you.
They're all Reiki infused, all positive energy infused for those people, and they sort of, when you go in the room, it's sort of clear, sort of like crystals, right? When we put them in the room, they emanate their healing qualities to that room. So
Mhm.
paintings are the same, like hanging light art, or something like that. It's very cool.
Yeah. So I feel drawn to working more with light language and also like codes and stuff like that. So I feel that will be coming in the future.
That's
Very.
exciting. Good for you. Way to open up to all this. It's amazing because we've all gotten to know you from the beginning, when you really started. And I also got to have experiences with you doing Reiki for me as well. And what an amazing experience it was. And it's, like for you to be able to step into your power now and really just your vibrant energy is really blossoming in so many ways and watching you grow. And I love it. It's awesome. So proud of you.
Thank you
Yeah,
so
your
much.
inspiration.
And she's always been on the show and she always comments, and I know it's about 5 hours ahead. You're about 5 hours ahead. You're the same as UK time right now. So,
Yeah.
but what time does the sun set now? It's pretty late, right?
Well, that's an interesting question because the closer we get to summer, it doesn't get dark at all.
Oh,
Wow.
It's 24 hours of light.
I would go crazy.
That's got to be amazing.
I like
Just
the
have-
dark.
Yeah, I do too. But I've found out through the years that I like light. As a teenager, I loved the dark because it's cozy. You can have some tea and blanket and all that stuff. But now I feel like the dark, it kind of can depress me. So I don't mind the light as much as I used to.
Right.
So at the moment, I would say it's really hard because depending on the weather, maybe around midnight or later.
Yeah.
And it gets light around 5, I think. I'm not sure. I sleep at night, so.
Yeah. So for our viewers that don't understand this, you get midnight sun, but then in the winter you get like a pretty much of a constant dark for a few weeks, right?
Yeah, so like in December or January, I remember very clearly when I was in the 10th grade. We went to school like at 8. It was dark. And then if we had a long day, we were finished around 2:45, and it already started turning dark at that point.
Wow.
So short days in the winter.
Yeah, so I think I can't remember clearly, but maybe in the highest of winter, 5 hours of light or 6. Yeah.
Oh,
So you're
wow.
still south enough that it's not like totally dark for like
No,
3 weeks or something like that. Yeah.
So yeah, so it's interesting, and I love that. It's been raining a lot, so it's getting super green now, and I love that.
I mean, I would think people that live in that kind of change of lights and everything, like, I mean, we're in the northern hemisphere. We get some of that change, like it's longer days, like the sun's setting now late at 8:30, 8:45 up here. So that's pretty late. And then by the time the solstice comes, it'll be like almost 10 o'clock before it. That's nothing to you, I know. It goes like 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning before it gets really dark. But I know that there's that high and low. It's almost like you can feel everybody's energy because we're so tied to the sun and our energies are so tied to the sun, right? So it must be hard being an empath in a country that's light and dark because right now everybody's high because it's light and then everybody gets low and it's dark and you kind of have to, how do you navigate those, what's your like personal care regime that you do to navigate those highs and lows so you can stay like, kind of on an even plane?
Balanced.
Yeah, balanced.
That's interesting. I mean, at summer it's no problem because our shades or whatever they're called, it's pretty dark. There's no light coming in or minimal.
Blackout shades. Yeah.
Yeah. But I want to say, like, this January was so rough. It was super. Hi, Tara. It was so rough because, first of all, it was dark, and COVID was still like roaming. And actually, I was not in a good place at that time because of a lot of things, mostly the darkness, I feel. So for me, doing energy work or wearing crystals, and also being conscious of the light I have around me, how much light I have, and also traveling to hotter climates where the sun is, like, because to be honest, I felt like in January or February, my energy level was like at 10-15%. It was pretty low. And then we went to the Canary Islands, and I got all the way up to 80%.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just being in the sunshine and new places, new energy, new spaces. Beautiful.
Also, I want to say that food is a real trigger for me. I have to be clean. I mean, eat good food, or else my energy will go off, and also my skin. As empaths, we are very sensitive, not just our feelings, but also our vessel. I mean,
Yeah, you're right.
So
did that answer your question?
Yeah. So it's like eating less sugar and eating more healthy foods and getting outside. Like even in the winter, you get outside, right?
I do sometimes. I try to. If the weather is okay, I will. But I love snow. I really, really love snow. That makes me happy, and it's so beautiful when it snows.
Well, it brightens everything up too, right? Even the night.
Yes.
Yeah. So,
Bex, you had a question?
No, I was just saying, I don't remember what I was saying, something about, that, of course, like, we're sensitive in all ways of everything that we take in, who we're around and what we read and listen to and watch and the foods and all of it. It's definitely, and where you can transmute easily. I'm sure that helps with some of it, but when it's the food, definitely the sensitivities will be higher, as you are evolving. You find that you can see where you are on your path by the sensitivity to everything around you.
Yes. So I can tell you in January, one thing that affected me so much is because was food, because I had been really unhealthy, eating a lot of junk, not junk, but a lot of sugars, like, and I was like almost blisters, and my skin was hurting so bad, and this came to a point where I'd say, this is enough. I can't live like this. And I got some help from a holistic therapist, and I've dropped now 30 pounds.
Wow.
Since January.
Congratulations.
January 29th, and we're at the end of May.
Oh,
that's
man.
amazing.
So food is so important.
Yeah, I'm coming to that conclusion. I just can't eat like the 16-year-old I like to eat, like, and like getting more sensitive.
Like no. It's too hard on us. Yeah, trying to be, and the older we get, the more we have to kind of do maintenance and really work on our meat suit, because it's we have to fight the breakdown. So Anne, you were going to do maybe would you do some healing for us for the collective a little bit, and maybe pull us a card and then kind of do some healing around that?
Yes.
Would you like to do that?
Let me get my card.
Teresa Clan has a good question too, about Northern Lights.
Okay.
She's wondering if you have the Northern Lights there. If so, does that affect you?
We do have the Northern Lights. Maybe not as much as Norway and Iceland. I'm not sure, but it affects me in the way that I get really excited, really happy. I love also the good nights of winter, because I love stargazing. And I love just taking a walk, like 10 minutes from here where I live, just standing where there's no light and just looking up at the Milky Way.
Oh yeah, you would have lots of dark sky there. Yeah, that would be awesome. It's just getting clear nights, right? Because you do have a lot of clouds because of the ocean, right? You get a lot of clouds.
So it's like we have a lot of wind, and it's like the clouds, they hang on to the mountaintops. So, but the sun is also strong when it comes out, so we have to be careful.
Sunshine.
So yes, we do have the Northern Lights.
I wonder if, like, with the abilities that you're tuning into, that you'd be able to start working with the weather, or being able to. Rhonda does that. She can push clouds away and push storms away, and she's able to do a lot of that. I wonder if you can work with transmutation with weather. That would be pretty cool to try out.
Yes, I feel like if I do get into that, I would probably be able to. I mean, you have to invest time and energy into it.
To qualify that, I asked the angels to do it on my behalf, and I'll just send out Reiki. Just to calm everything down. There's a bad storm coming. I just asked them to push the cloud tops down, and nobody needs a bad storm. I don't try to.
I do. Can you send it to me, please? We don't get any anymore.
You don't want what we had.
I want the thunderstorms. Just send them my way. I'm trying to anchor them in. I swear my neighbor has put on a block since she moved in. It's been years. We don't get any good storms. And we joke about it. And I'm like, listen, I'm anchoring this in now. I want my storms back.
Yeah, you got good pictures that you take.
Not anymore. The storms all dissipate before they hit
you
my
even
house.
get thunderstorms on the Faroe Islands?
Oh, yes.
Oh, you get them? Okay.
Oh, I bet those are wild there.
There have been a lot. There have been a lot this winter, and but we hardly get thunder. I love thunder.
Wow.
Yeah.
And Lisa was asking, this is the first time she's seen you. How did you start with light language? As I work with light codes, I want to learn about light language. How did you start? Did it just kind of come in, or how did it go?
That's a good question. I've been asked that before, and I actually can't really remember the answer. I've been interested in it a long time, and I now remember a little bit. I was working in a group where we healed the world with energy healing, and the woman that was orchestrating it, she was feeling that I had a past lifetime where I cut up my own tongue, because I had given bad light language.
Oh.
So there's a blockage, but I felt so drawn to it. So I cleared out the energy of that lifetime, and it just came. And often when it comes, it's spontaneous, and
Yeah.
I don't always understand what's coming through, but for the past few times that I've had like psychic readings, I always offer like 5 minutes healing, so people can like drop into their energy and calm and all that. There's been times where the light language comes through for them. So in those cases, it's the soul. It's like a message from their soul that they need to hear right now.
Very cool. Very cool. So it just kind of comes upon you. And
It is beautiful.
Yes.
I've heard you.
I love that. Although I don't know how there could ever be bad light language, because that was like bad, but I guess.
Yeah, I know. I wouldn't have called it bad light language, but I didn't know what.
No, understandable.
more like they were probably prosecuted for saying that. More.
Right. And I think that makes more sense, is that it was something that you were judged for, not something that was bad in doing, but that it was seen as maybe witchcraft.
But the thing was, in that lifetime, I was supposed to give out light language to a bunch of sailors or a boat or something, and they all died. And so I felt it was my fault, and I cut my own tongue out.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Self-judgment. Yeah, not a good thing. There's the message. No self-judgment. Just do the best.
I think the thing is that it's the shift in perception, that maybe that was exactly what the light language was for, was to help guide them home.
That was what I was getting right now.
At that point, you weren't able to get there because there was that guilt, that immense guilt. That's beautiful, though. And I mean, we all have some pretty funky, past lives ourselves that we've all been through. So, it's being able to understand it now and integrate it in a much more profound way, so that we can use those gifts that we've had for lifetimes, and not be afraid to show up. And you're doing that, so go, girl. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Okay, now we'll let you get to your card. Sorry.
Yes.
Yes. So I'll just, I have this feeling that the like language, sorry, my brain sometimes goes faster than my mouth, and also this is Mercury retrograde. So I have this feeling that light language might come through. So if anyone is open to receiving that, so just say yes, and maybe put your left hand on your heart. And if you're not, that's okay too. Okay? So I set the intention to bring in a message for anyone who is here on this live call or on the replay, and to be for our highest and best good. This is in this reading. What is the message for everyone here? I'm using the Black Moon Astrology cards to be a clear channel. I can feel the light language already pushing through. This is actually a little bit out of my comfort zone. This is so.
You're absolutely with friends here, is what I can tell you. These people are so supportive, and they're all friends, and we just feel like we've known them. They've been part of our tribe for a long time. Yeah.
Okay, so the card that came out is the number 29, 5th house, creativity.
It's 29th today too.
Oh wow! And it's a new moon tomorrow.
Yeah. It's my mom's birthday.
Set your intentions.
It was my mom's birthday.
Happy birthday, Mom. Oh.
Yeah. She's in heaven.
Okay, so what am I getting? Yeah, my mom's too. So. Okay, so what is the message for? Actually, this I'm getting that this is connected to. This is connected to playfulness. I feel like some people need to hear that you're taking life too seriously. And this can apply to myself, and bringing more fun, more creativity, more playfulness in whatever that is for you, like dancing or jumping or whatever that is, because I also feel that it's working in the solar plexus area, and the inner child is within the solar plexus. So I'm gonna allow the light language to come through now. Uitiana rasa ya bakana anenana tiatekiana. Athara tosunu ukiidaranetira. Anenene aparakosa atitinetiana. Eterikisana tutura baya daretekina. Aranene nanaya boya farna kaputa. Ithikiana nandiatharuto. Monuna kariathana shienekira. Ariana nonora baya katna. Akidrestina tanabuku sutyana. So I felt that was a little bit of solar plexus clearing and healing of the inner child. So there is some healing needed for some, probably all of us in some degree, if not in this lifetime, maybe in other lifetimes.
I love that.
That's beautiful.
You know what I saw? Could I possibly have a male inner child? Because what I saw was like an image without a face, and when you were light languaging, it had a glow around the head, like almost like a halo
That's
kind
what
of
I
a
saw.
glow. You too? Oh my God! What is it?
Cool.
It reminded me of
Chills.
Loki, sort of like Loki or somebody, or like that guy Brent, whatever his name is on Star Trek. Yeah, but he had that white glow, white hair and white glow. Yeah, it's weird.
That was very cool.
Cool. Very cool.
One thing that I'm also feeling is that there's a little bit of throat chakra clearing as well, connected to the to the inner child, because I feel like a lot of people have dimmed their light as a child because of something out of the external, that whoever has programmed or whatever, social or whatever. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
Totally.
I think that goes along with like hiding your light under a bushel. It's sort of like one of the songs we sang in Sunday school. Hide your light under a bushel. No, I'm going to let it shine. But I
Yeah.
think they made us sing that in Sunday school, but they didn't want us to shine. They wanted us to keep us hidden under that bushel, because if we shone, then we were different than the rest of them who were all just hiding under their bushels. A bushel is like a basket, sorry. So just so you know what that is, it's a bushel basket. So yeah, I think you're right. Like, and hiding under your bushel is a safe place to be, because if you shine, then everybody sees that.
Yeah. And Teresa, I just want to mention that I feel like you asked if you had a male inner child.
Yeah, a male inner child. Could that happen?
I feel like that is another lifetime that's coming up for you, that is present in this lifetime. So it's something that needs clearing.
How exciting. Thank you for doing that. Thank you.
Yeah, Lisa.
Thank you.
Lisa said many people were told to be quiet as a child, and we weren't able to speak what we were feeling. For sure.
Yeah.
Children should be seen and not heard. That was
Absolutely, yeah.
But I feel like it's amazing that the children are coming up right now, because, of course, we did have a really horrible tragedy this past week in the United States involving children. And so the collective children, there's a lot of fear and a lot of pain coming up. And I think that, bringing back this message of love and support and, being free to be happy, being free to play and have fun, and not be so stuck in trauma that we can't move forward. I think that's beautiful and powerful right now for all of us. And the inner children, of course, are going to be like, our inner children are all going to be powerfully affected by this when children are hurt, or put into dangerous situations. It brings up that fear in all of us. So
Yeah, like where is it safe, right? You can't be safe at school. You can't be safe going shopping. You can't be safe anywhere. It's like just that fear to not be able to go out and be who you are and just go out and do. So, yeah,
So
thank you.
this is how we change the world, though, isn't it? We feel these feelings, we're impacted, and then we transmute, like Anne there, still sending out the energy. I could feel that coming, and healing everyone, and until at last, whew, it's what we've always known it to be, the fifth dimensional life.
Yeah, maybe we can take this for ourselves and then send it out to the whole world that needs the healing. We know the whole world needs healing. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. That's another one of those songs that keep coming to my head, right? So send it
and
out.
to remember that we are safe. We don't have to be afraid to go to school. We don't have to be afraid to go to the store. We don't have to be afraid to leave our homes like we were told for 2 years. We are safe.
Yeah.
We are protected. We are loved. We are accepted.
Just had two dragonflies humming at my window, looking in, which was kind of
perfect.
strange.
The breakers of illusion.
Yeah,
there we go. Perfect.
You know all these things. Let's grab some out of
No, it was from that deck of cards, the animal deck. So that's why I remembered it.
Breaker of the.
I mean, because we are so small a community and population here, there is not so much crime. So I'm very grateful and blessed in that area.
Like where to hide. Sorry.
Yeah, I know.
Only a couple ways off that place.
We are creators, yes.
One of these
the
days
thing
I'm gonna come and
is that
visit
you can anchor in that feeling of safety for the rest of us. You don't have the crime, you don't have the violence. It's so important for the rest of us that experience that you have to be able to ripple out to the whole world. It doesn't matter how many people there are. We still can achieve this. We can still have this. This can still be our experience every single day. We don't have to be afraid anymore. No matter how much they try to tell us we should be.
No, that's one in billions of people that decided to do something wrong, and there's all those billions of people that every day decide to do things right and light. So we have to concentrate on the billions compared to the millions who are doing the wrong. So.
I mean, I feel like some people are not taking responsibility for their own lives. I'm sorry, I'm kind of getting off topic, but I'm stuck on the great comment was that we are creators. We create our own energy, and with the decisions that we make, and that is what I'm trying to do here on the Far Lines, to make people aware that whatever they decide, there's an action and there's a consequence, and that you are able to transmute it yourself by being aware, by being present. A lot of people are stuck in their brain. I mean, people, please kind of get into your heart space, get into your body, feel your body. What is it telling you? There's so much focus on material and looks and all that stuff that we forget to tune into ourselves.
Yeah.
So this is what I do with a lot of clients. We take what doesn't work for them and transmute it into something that does.
So cool. Yeah. Thank you so much for the healing, Anne, and just for being you, because, we love you. We always, you've been part of our family for a long time, part of our watching family, and part of now you're on side. So we'll have to have you come back. We were talking about Anne, before the show, we were talking about Anne's wonderful makeup. She's a makeup artist too. She's very talented. And we said, how many of you would like to find out how to do your makeup for lives and on Facebook?
Uh-huh. I would love that.
When if you guys want, we'll have a torture.
Tutorial.
That's it.
It's coming.
Language. English is my first language. I can't guess. Sorry.
You might be picking up on my energy, like.
Yeah. I'm gonna break out in Faroese any moment now.
That should be interesting.
Can you say a couple things in Faroese to us? Say, I don't know, whatever you like to say. Tell us what you're going to say. Anything.
Okay. I don't know what to say.
Just do a collective blessing. Just say something like,
God, it's so much easier for me to do that in English. I mean, all the intentions and the prayers that I send out is all in English because I've been taught through the internet and through the English community that to do everything. So it's hard for me to
come to visit you on the Faroe Islands.
Kom och visa mig i färjan.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
I'll be there.
We'll do it. We're going to put it on our world tour itinerary.
Yeah.
We can make a live
and then fly from Iceland to you, right? That's the easiest way, right? Fly to Iceland.
Denmark too, yeah.
The Sifu Bagi, he says that this is a very fairy island. Because it's just fairy.
That makes sense.
I love that.
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah.
And silkies and stuff.
You have to go check out the pictures. It's so beautiful.
Yeah, look at her Instagram because she often takes us on walks on Anne's Instagram. Yeah. So all her information is in this video. But Bex, you have some questions. Lastly, let's talk to her.
I have the tough questions, of course. Yeah. All right, you ready? Okay, first question. If you had to choose a song to be the theme song of your life for right now, what would that be?
Well, this was a hard one because I'm ever changing and there's a song that I always go to and it's just called Space Walk by Ramesses B and it's so beautiful, I think. And I was listening to it before we started and I was like, yeah, that's it. Spacewalk.
Spacewalk.
Cool.
It talks about paths in the head and transmuting.
How cool.
Sounds awesome. I love that. All right, second question. What is your favorite crystal that you're working with right now?
So there's one crystal that I always feel drawn to wearing, and that's my selenite. I wear it every day, and it's like it is connected to the crown chakra, but I feel like it also grounds me. It grounds me and it connects me. So I always wear it when I go out amongst people, and also when
it clears negative energy too, right?
Right, it's clear. So that might be what it is. That helps you to feel more grounded because you're clear and not carrying everybody's stuff. Yeah.
But there's one other that I've used more lately. It's labradorite.
Oh
yeah, that goes with the labradorite.
Yep, I have mine on all the time.
Oh, I don't have mine. I had it on yesterday.
I feel this crystal helps me not take on the energy of others.
It's also connected to the Northern Lights.
I love it.
Doesn't it look like the Northern Lights? I always thought
it does.
It does, yeah.
And it's also really great at activating your psychic abilities and all of that too. So it enhances to intuition and
I love that.
Yeah,
I've always felt
very powerful. Awesome. Okay. Last question. Have you ever experienced extra-dimensional intelligence, meaning UFOs, visitations, things along those lines?
I will say not in the physical form. I mean, I've seen some, I think there's shooting stars, but I haven't seen anything in the skies. But I have had visitation in my bedroom, but that was one of my guides at that moment in time. So,
but you're open to seeing them.
I'm not close to it, no.
Yes, I said I'm open. You're open to seeing UFOs or space people or star beings, even though you probably are one. But okay.
Starseed,
yeah. That's awesome, and
because I don't feel threatened by them. I mean,
they don't creep you out.
No.
But you know what's
I used
funny
to
is
love alien movies or ET movies.
when you did the light language, and I was going to tell Teresa this after, but what came through as you were speaking was the Arcturians.
Oh,
How cool is that?
It was like
I love that.
Arcturians are coming through, and I was like,
that's
okay,
why it was
I'll tell
strange.
Teresa after. But yeah,
Yeah, they're
so
around a lot lately too.
Thank
Teresa's
you
been
for
talking
that.
about them a lot, so it was really funny. So you are definitely tuned in. You just, I mean, it can be hard for us to try. Like I find that with myself when I'm, tuning into, like soul families and guides and all of that. I don't always feel that I can actually like pinpoint exactly the who, because I feel like it doesn't really matter, right?
No.
But sometimes somebody else can pick up, and tell us who we're channeling and things like that as well, because it's easier when you're not in it, right? I have a hard time when I'm in it, being able to be like, oh, I'm going to channel so-and-so right now. Like, no, it's a vibration for me. It's a frequency. It's not a name, but it came through hard and fast. It was like, Arcturians are here. I'm like, okay.
It's so funny. Thank you so much for sharing that, Bex, because I'm often, almost every client, I actually channel the Arcturians.
Wow,
I call their energy in because they're so
funny.
healing. So that makes sense.
That's
perfect.
We didn't. This is what I say when there's a bunch of us get together. We just feed off of everyone. It's awesome. We just hang up, and so it's so nice to have confirmation and validation from other people. I think that's wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you, Anne, for stepping in. And I know it was last moment, but it wasn't because we don't love you. It was we knew we could call on you. So yay.
It was divine timing. It was perfect. And you had nothing to be nervous about because you kicked ass.
Great.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I had so much fun.
And this is the first of our shows on the Breakthrough Network show. And so this is our first show for the Breakthrough Network, and we're so excited to be on that network. Just wanted to remind you that every morning, 7 a.m. Central, 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, is Project Joy Live with Jessica Duga. And this week she has a whole bunch of her guests that have been doing wrapping up their series. Sharifa Malika, Laura Matsotto. And there's a few reserves on Tuesday. You can put My Way by April Grimlong. Check out the Breakthrough Network show. You can go onto their website and just grab a schedule. There's lots of shows to watch during the day, and it's exciting to watch other people. There's a lot of help. Well, just a lot of shows that are just uplifting on that show. So. I watch Jessica often at 8 a.m. in the morning. I just have her turn her on, and while I'm doing my work and listening to her, like a nice morning talk show. So it's awesome. What does it say? Joshua Benjamin. Do you think Tom Cruise is clear or above top level clear?
We're not touching that one.
Thanks. No, thanks.
We're not touching Hollywood.
No, we don't know about Hollywood.
No, there's a lot of funky. There's a lot of funkiness. We just had a very healing episode, so we're not going near the funkiness of the Hollywood people.
Yeah.
So anyway,
the energy clear.
Yes, we're clear in the sense of we'll keep it clear from. But thank you for your question. We also want to give a shout out to our very paranormal family over at veryparanormal.com. Where they have amazing shows as well. Rescue Medium, check that out. And our guest last week has her show on whatever it is, veryparanormal.com. We've all got Mercury retrograde syndrome now. We can't talk. It's contagious. So you want to check her out as well. Is that My Psychic Life, or what is it called on there?
It's My Psychic Diaries.
Psychic Diaries. There it is. Megan Jones. And they have other shows as well, which are really cool.
Did you notice that these two guests, Megan and Anne, kind of share the same kind of fairy energy?
They do.
Oh, you're not kidding. Yeah.
Very cool.
Awesome.
I love that.
Yes. Okay, so before we go, and also hello to our podcast people, because we know you're listening. Before we go, I just want to announce the winner of last week's Share It Out, who is one of our amazing viewers, who has also been one of our awesome guests in the past, and he is our beloved from South Africa, Kirith. Congratulations. You won the Soul Spa meditation, so we'll be getting that to you, and make sure you guys share it out so you can have a chance to win, because it's really awesome, powerful, transformative meditation that the three of us, Teresa, Rhonda, and I, have created together. We
New
channeled
one's
it.
coming.
And new one is coming, and we won't tell you any spoilers, but it's going to be kick-ass. So you definitely want to make sure that you guys are tuning in and hanging out. And thank you all for another beautiful Sunday. We hope you have an awesome week, and we love you all so much.
Yeah. Wait till next week. We have Kelly Regis. Oh no, sorry. I'm not even going to go there because I've got it all mixed up again. So yeah, wait to see who we've got on next week. Check out our TikTok. Follow our TikTok. I always give an advance peek on that. And so thank you very much, everyone. And we'll watch the Breakthrough Network through the week and us on Sunday. Spiritual church for those who don't have one next door. Thanks. Bye.